righty, it's been a minute, but I'm glad we're back at it to talk about our soaps. Let's just do Salem. Why not? Let's just start in Salem. They have a lot of activity. We have a lot of musical chairs, as always with days when it comes to their casting. I don't know if it's budget concerns. There just always seems to be a lot of coming in, going out. So we have some more. Looks like Stefan and Eve are going to be exiting Salem soon. The Stabby fans are all up in a roar, which I don't blame them. If it was my ship, I'd be mad too. What do y'all think about that first off?
I am mad too, but we have to remember that the budgetary concerns,
Yeah.
constraints, and the show has to do what they have to do. I believe that he will be back. I don't know when, but I'm sure he'll be back. So let's just keep our hopes up. I know they're a good couple and everybody enjoys them, the chemistry and everything. But as I'm saying, let's just keep our hopes up that something will work out and he will be back.
What do you think,
Yeah, I
Tori?
agree. Well, as for Cassie and Eve, it makes sense with the storyline for her to exit at this point. There's really not much they could do with her character at this point. I would love for Cassie, of course, to come back because I love her. She's amazing. And as for Brandon, this exit for Stefan was set up, before we really got to ever see him on screen. For fans, we got to see the fan reaction to him. So I believe, he'll be back at some point because they did get such a huge fan base between him and Gabby since he's been on. So I'm praying that he comes back because I really like him on this show, and I wish them both well, though, while they're off the show.
Absolutely. That production, I mean, we know it keeps the show on air, but that's 6, 8, 12 months. I mean, we can't get what's working, and then it takes too long to rid of ourselves what's not working, but it is what it is. So, you know, we just roll with it. And then also, Casey and Tia. That was kind of like a surprise when I heard about that. Especially given JJ being a legacy character. Especially with Kate coming back, and now we have Matthew on contract, which we'll talk about. I was kind of surprised that JJ would be on his way out of Salem. What do y'all think?
I was surprised too. And then we have to also remember that um, sometimes the show really has no story for the characters. What are they going to do with JJ and Haley? Or I don't know, are they going to resurrect Paige? Put some conflict in there. I don't know. I don't know. And then it's nothing that is actually confirmed. I mean, it's rumor, but it's
Right.
it's highly speculated and it's highly, I could say, accurate that at some point both actors will be leaving.
Yeah, it's sad, especially to see that there's so many people exiting or have exited in the last little bit. Um, in the 20s to 30s age range as well. There's not many that's going to be left. By the end of the year, and it's sad to see both of them go. If they do exit the show, they really, other than Haley's immigration story, haven't had too much to do around Salem. So I mean, will we be sad to see him go? Yes, but storyline wise, will it make that big of a dent at the current point in time? I don't think so. But it's just sad to see like a whole generation of characters be gone from the show at one time. I just don't understand how we're going to do that.
I agree. And I'm a seasoned soap watcher, but I don't like to see the younger generation, especially the legacy characters, leave because if the soaps can find a way to sustain themselves, those are the characters that we're going to need going forward. And as far as, not being able to write, Ron doesn't, I mean, Ron is a plot, big arc writer, and I love it. And I just think with the character of JJ, there just wasn't probably a lot creatively there. But I hope that will change just because, like Tori says, I just think if soaps are going to sustain themselves, we have to have that younger generation coming down the pike, which also leads us to Trip is off canvas, which he isn't legacy, but he's Steve's son, so that makes him legacy. And then we always hate to see Nadia go, but Nadia is kind of like Lucas. I believe if Dave sticks around, we will see Chloe again in Salem. But those two left on the same day. That was interesting. But I love Chloe. I really hate to see her character go. I just think there's so much that could have been done with her character, her last stint, and just nothing was. But we wish them the best, as always.
We do, and as usual, I agree with you, Kenyon. There's so much that could have been done with Chloe. Trip maybe not, but Chloe, they had so much potential, so much story that they could have invested in. You had Brady, you had Rex, Eric. I don't know. I'm just suggesting these things. There was just so much they could have done, and I think the show just did not invest in it. And I'm a tidbit sad. She's beautiful, and everybody can say that. And to have her on screen is just a plus. But no, we don't. But again, she's like the Lucas in Salem, and she'll be back at some point.
I agree. It's sad to see him go, and we wish them both well. But I think at some point we'll see them back in Salem someday. They have a lot of potential, acting wise and storyline wise, I think. So hopefully we'll be able to see more of them in the future.
Yeah. I hope that Days can and anybody who follows me on Twitter knows I stand Ron. I love big arcs, but I do think going forward they need to address some of the less big arc storylines, which will lend for maybe some of these characters to get stories that's not involved in the big soapy arcs. But I love the big soapy arcs. I mean, I am over the moon that Nicole is alive. I haven't even watched Thursday and Friday just because I'm going to do it today when I can do nothing else but watch it, because I'm so ecstatic that Nicole is back. But big props to Days, because that mask reveal and the fallout was epic. Ron, epic soap. That's what he excels at. And it was fantastic. Did you all partake in that soapy goodness?
I missed a few episodes, but yeah, it's typically Ron, and it's typically good. So there's not much to say about that.
Yeah.
I watched it, and I love the Nicole reveal, and her Ari and Greg are just amazing chemistry together on screen. So I was excited for the Eric Cole fans that she's back. When it comes to big plot arcs, like you said, Ron does them well. Like, that's his thing, is big plots. And I love big plots. Like, they can make for some great material. I like a little bit of balance, at least with my stories. Like you said, I want to see more of the side characters. I want to see them get a little bit more story, because not everybody can be involved in the big story. So I want to spread it out a little bit and have a little bit more balance and have a little bit more family connections and side characters and stuff. I just want to see everybody. That's what I want. I just want everything.
As all soapers do, and as we should. You might not get, but I believe you should always ask and expect. Aim high. Most definitely. So before we leave Salem, we had Olivia Rose Keegan. She got a new primetime gig, and we're always excited when our soap family can expand their horizons. But then she's on the New Days fall promo, which has everybody buzzing. Is it a time jump? Is it forward or backwards? What is going on? What do y'all think about that? If nothing else, Days has people talking.
Yeah, and then that's a good thing for promotion. That's a very good thing for promotion, to keep us talking, and not talking negatively, but talking positively, because the other shows do have us talking, but it's negative, right? And I can't wait to see Claire back on the screen, and I know it's probably just a visit, but for God's sake, I hope it's permanent.
What about you, Tori?
I'm really excited for the time jump. I thought about it, and I'm excited for it. It's like I said, it's so good for promotion. We're doing something that no other soap has really done before, and so that part of it is great. It also gives the show a chance to, get us out of the rut of some of the storylines we've been in that really haven't been working.
Yes.
or haven't really had the ending we've been looking for. So it kind of gives us an out for those and gives them a chance to put us in a new set of situations and tell us how we got there without having to watch 8-9 months worth of stuff to get there that we may or may not really care about.
Yeah, I'm
So
all
I'm
for
excited.
it. I'm all for trying. I just, even in my real life, REAL, I'm always for trying for something new. I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm going to be watching, and I'm just going to give them an A for effort. We'll see how the execution works. But I say kudos for trying. One thing I have said, and we've all said that, with the app and then with the web series with Chabby, Days is at least trying to stay alive. And I appreciate that. They're doing everything, within their power, at least on that end, to stay cutting edge and trying to keep themselves on the air. So for that, I give them major, major, major kudos. So yay, Days. And let's move on let's do Port Charles. Why not? And I know we haven't done our podcast in a couple of weeks, so this is kind of old news, but we still can touch on Billy Miller's last day, his exit. He disappeared into one of the infamous elevators at General Hospital. I understand he's missing. I'm only on Tuesday so far, so we are assuming correctly that was Billy Miller's last exit day. Social media was buzzing, the good, the bad, and the ugly. But what did y'all think?
Well, I'm a little bit behind, but I did see his exit episode. It's strange, he's MIA, and we have the whole his memories are with Franco now. It's just there's a lot going on with his exit, with him just kind of disappearing. That does kind of leave the option to bring the character back at some point.
Right.
So at least that's good. Storyline wise, not that into it, but at least there's a chance that it could be at least rectified somewhere down the line.
Yeah, I think with him missing that, probably maybe at some time, Frank and them, as I call them, will bring him back. I am not enjoying the Franco Drew switcheroo memories by no stretch of the imagination. I will say that I think I would have enjoyed it much more, though, if Drew was still on canvas. If the character was there, Billy Miller in particular, I think it could have given some soapy goodness if maybe Drew, started having feelings for Elizabeth, and then maybe Julian would gravitate toward Alexis. It's just without Drew, it just seems to be like, what's the point? But it is what it is. It is what it is.
Yeah, I'm disappointed as usual in General Hospital. I mean, Billy could have gotten, or Drew could have gotten a better exit. That exit was just blah, 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 blah. And I'm waiting to see what will happen. Will the role be recast? I'm hoping, because if Franco has Drew's memories, then there should be some face-off with the real Drew. There should be.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that I doubt Billy will be back, because according to Kelly, or what she simply implied, there's more to the story than we know. So probably he won't be back, but hopefully somebody will take on the role and we will get to see that face-off, a showdown between Franco or Frank Drew and Drew.
I just hope that if we get Drew, it's one of two things. We get a really good, strong actor, or we get resolved. The storyline is resolved, and then he can go. Because I'm just worn out with GH just bringing in characters, but they aren't getting enough story. So I'm all for some payoff. Just give me somebody really, really good, or give me somebody where it's resolved, and then, we can all hopefully move on. We will see. Michael E. Knight, you think he's going to be Drew? Just playing. So who is Michael E. Knight? Tad the Cat. I can never get enough of Tad the Cat on my TV screen. I've been kind of like out of the soap pocket. It's really been busy for me personally. But do we know who he's playing?
We have no idea.
Do we have any idea? Okay.
Whoever he's playing, let's hope it's good, and let's hope it's long term and it's positive and it's worth the wait.
Yeah, I hope it's not stunt casting. I hope it's a good story and we get to see Michael E. Knight do his thing. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that would be good.
That
I mean,
would
why,
be,
that makes sense.
or even a quarter main or something.
Yeah, that would be good with Hayden and Liz. What do you got, Tori? What do you think?
Well, I just hope it's something of substance, like you said. Uh, we love these actors. When that they kind of bring off a stunt cast. It's good to see them when they're there, but if they're only there for a hot second and there's no storyline involved, it's not really worth it, in my opinion. So I hope when he does come on, because I'll absolutely love him if he can get some actual real material to work with, and I would love to see him come on as like a Weber or a Quartermain, somebody that to bring one of those core families back in to the forefront. I would love that.
Yeah, nah, I know I'm still catching up, but and I wasn't clear, and maybe I don't know if y'all have seen with Jackson Hayden before we leave General Hospital, that they are out to give the real heir to the cast and Dying Throne his money, but I'm not sure if Hayden is supposed to be working for Spencer or are we supposed to think she might be working for Nicholas, or we don't know who she's working for in Jackson. Have you all seen it?
I have not, and that's because I've hardly been watching. I try to
Okay.
watch on the weekends, but sometimes it's really difficult. But I do
Tori, if you don't
follow
have
I am
anything, I'm
Eileen.
going
behind
to
as well,
soak
but I
Twitter
haven't
because
seen.
I don't think I caught that, and I just want
Yeah.
to know are they still kind of lingering Nicholas in our face, or if or is she working for or Spencer has her there? I don't know what other Cassadine it could be that could be heir to the throne, but I'm gonna go to soap Twitter. Whenever in doubt, soap Twitter has the answer. Somebody
Hmm.
has the answer. Absolutely. Let's move on to LA. Pooh Bowl has given us some great soap. I cannot lie. In the last 2-3 weeks, that reveal, Beth is alive. Phoebe is Beth. It was awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
Brad did it.
it continues to be awesome. And I can't wait to see the Steffi and Thomas face off. We're already getting the Brooklyn
Hmm.
Ridge stuff, and I'm just waiting to see how everything happens. And I hope it continues on this pace and it doesn't go back to the La La Land that it was before.
Bowl is back. It's amazing to me how literally it was like one day I was like, oh my God, I have to watch Bowl. The next day I'm like, woo,
But
Bowl. I
it's
mean,
been
it
that
has
so,
literally a switch, a switch.
yeah. Mm.
What do you think, Tori? Have you watched?
I have watched that. I'm loving it. Bold has always been one of those soaps to me. Like I watch out of necessity because I've watched it for so long, and I would get to points where I would not watch it for like 3 months, and my
Yeah.
DVR would be completely full. Then I'd have a binge session and get caught up, and
Yes.
then I get bored again and do the same thing. But I have kept up with it. I love it. I think the storyline and the fallout have been amazing. I think Matthew, who plays
Yes.
Thomas, has been
Yes.
so good
Yes.
in the role.
Yes.
I mean, I love it. And the fallout between Brooke and Ridge, I love it because I have I love Catherine Kelly Lang so much, but Brooke is one of my most hated soap characters ever. So to see like her and Ridge just at each other's throats is just amazing to me. I love it so much, and they play it so well. So I always love when Brooke has drama going on because
Yes. I was always Team Taylor Ridge, but with this Ridge, I've been kind of Brooke Ridge, but I love the fallout. It has been good, good, good. Matthew is just my new obsession, my new soap obsession. He's doing such a great job. And I hope they don't, I'm hoping they're going to keep him tumor free and all that. I just want a good villain that we love to hate, that's shaking up stuff and being unapologetic about it. So I'm hoping they keep Thomas on that path. Thomas versus Bill, then throw in Ridge. It has so much potential, and I am here for it.
Yeah.
Whew. Now, Lord have mercy. Let us talk about Y and R. Forget what's going on screen. We can talk about that later. I mean, very few things in Soapland surprised me, but I will say I was very surprised at the news of Angelica being let go. Not to celebrate anybody
No.
losing their job at all. I can't. When I thought about it, I said, well, maybe it really wasn't surprising when you look at the ratings, and when something like that happens, there's always a change that needs to be made. But usually, the change was always head writer or executive producer. But probably that's more of a strategic move, maybe of where CBS is going long term. A lot of
Yeah,
things we could, we could theorize on it and talk about, but what do you all think about it just on its face value?
I'm a bit disappointed, and at the same time, I'm not rejoicing. I wish her the best. I don't know the real reason behind the move to diminish the position overall.
Right,
But whatever
right.
it is, I hope it's for the best.
Like I said, we're not here to, wish anybody ill will job wise or anything like that. So we're not going to kind of speculate on that. But whatever move YNR and CBS is making, I just pray it's a good one and one that keeps Young and the Restless and Bold and the Beautiful around for many, many years, and hopefully brings up the ratings because they have been struggling a lot in the last several months. So whatever they're doing, I hope it's for the best.
Exactly. And whatever's going on in the ivory towers, whatever, number crunching or whatever forecast or whatever their long-term plans, as a soaper, my wish is whatever's going on that creatively YNR will get better. It's creatively, it just hasn't been that good. And then which also is very ironic, or it's just, I look at it and it just seems like there's no cohesiveness. Sometimes I look at YNR and it seems like they're two totally different stories going on.
Yeah.
GH for whatever it is the same thing. You look at it and you're like, okay, that looks to be one person's vision, if you like it or not. But
Mhm.
in looking at YNR the last month, it seems like it's very like two or three people's vision being played out simultaneously. And I just think that hopefully creatively they can get one voice. And then once we have one voice, we can work on the one voice creatively, at least getting them back to where they were 2-3 years ago with the ratings. We will see.
Yeah.
We will see. We'll see. I don't understand the pairings, and I always say that social media we aren't all the fans, because there are a lot of people who watch, these soaps that aren't on social media. But Cola has a strong fan base, but they haven't really given them strong stories. Then you have Chick, at least on Twitter and Facebook, they actually even agree for once that isn't working. So it's just a lot of things we see on screen that just has my head scratching, that I'm hopefully that YNR can at least get back
Mhm.
to a cohesive voice and some good soap. Look at Bold. Bold turned on a dime. It can be done. It can be done. Exactly. So before we go, we're going to leave on some good news and congratulations. Billy, Stacy, Matthew are all on contract
All on
ending. So
contract.
yeah, so that's a good thing. We're going to be see Theo, and I love me some Tony Zamora. I hope Brian does not change it and make him Andre. And Kate is going to be reoccurring. So as a Chabby stan, I am happy about that. So we
Yeah,
say
we're back where it all
congratulations.
started, and I can't wait to see what's happening there. What's gonna
Yes,
happen with Chabby? Are they gonna stay together? Are they gonna break up? Will there be problems? Whatever. I'm just ready for it all.
absolutely. Anything
Absolutely.
else?
And not yet. I mean, there's gonna be a lot more to talk about the next time.
All right. Well, I'm glad to be able to talk soaps with you all again. Until next time, long live the soap opera, and everybody be easy.
Yes.
All right.
Ciao. Ciao.
Peace. Bye.